The year 2020 was defined by the coronavirus pandemic, arguably the worst pandemic the world has seen in 100 years. COVID-19 has caused more than 75 million cases and 1.6 million deaths worldwide as of mid-December. The illness has affected nearly every aspect of life, from work and school to everyday activities like getting groceries and even our wardrobes. Here are just some of the ways COVID-19 changed the world in 2020. 10. Wardrobe addition. The must-have fashion item of 2020 was a small piece of cloth to put around your face. With medical masks in short supply at the beginning of the year, sewing enthusiasts began churning out homemade masks for their communities. Then clothing companies and retailers got on board, adding masks to their fashion lines. Now, in many parts of the world, you can't leave your house without putting on a mask. At first, it was unclear whether wearing cloth masks would protect against COVID-19, but as the year went on, numerous studies showed the benefits of wearing masks for both the wearer and those around them. 9. Anxiety and depression. The pandemic took a serious toll on people's mental health in 2020. One study published in August by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that levels of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts skyrocketed amid the pandemic. The study could not determine the reason for the rise in mental health conditions, but factors relating to the pandemic such as social isolation, school and university closures, unemployment and other financial worries, as well as the threat of the disease itself, may play a role, the authors said. 8. Pandemic drinking. Another insidious side effect of the pandemic was increases in alcohol consumption. A study published in October in the journal JMA Network Open found that alcohol consumption in the United States rose 14% during pandemic shutdowns. Women in particular reported worrying increases in heavy drinking during the spring of 2020, according to the study. In addition to a range of negative physical health associations, excessive alcohol use may lead to or worsen existing mental health problems, the authors concluded. 7. Pandemic puppies. With orders to stay at home as much as possible, many people decided to get a furry friend during quarantine. The coronavirus pandemic has been a boon for pet adoptions, particularly dog adoptions. Many shelters, breeders, and pet stores reported a surge in applications for dogs, with the demand far exceeding supply, according to the Washington Post. Some shelters reported double the number of adoptions compared with the previous year and needed to resort to wait lists to handle the demand. Not only is this good news for pets who need homes, but also for their humans, given that many studies show there are mental health benefits to pet ownership, according to NPR. 6. School closures. Children seem to be largely spared from the most severe effects of COVID-19, but they can still act as spreaders of the disease. So many schools across the US and the world made the decision to close in 2020 and opting for virtual learning instead. Questions around how long to remain closed and how to safely reopen were the subject of much debate. As fall arrived with a number of schools still closed, many children seem to be falling behind in learning. Statewide polls have found that nearly 9 in 10 parents are worried about their children falling behind at school due to the pandemic closures, according to the Educational Trust. 5. Work from home. The abrupt closure of many offices and workplaces this past spring ushered in a new era of remote work for millions of employed Americans and may portend a significant shift in the way a large segment of the workforce operates in the future. Most workers who say their job responsibilities can mainly be done from home say that before the pandemic they rarely or never teleworked. Only 1 in 5 say they worked from home all or most of the time. Now, 71% of those workers are doing their job from home all or most of the time. And more than half say, given a choice, they would want to keep working from home even after the pandemic, according to a new Pew Research Center survey. 4. A distorted sense of time. Just about everyone agrees that time is passing very strangely since COVID-19 took hold in early 2020. Some days take forever while months are flying by, partly because there is so much sameness in being stuck at home every day. A survey conducted in the UK revealed more than 80% of participants felt like their perception of time had shifted during the past few months of lockdown restrictions compared to pre-quarantine times. If days seem to blend together and time is something you often forget about, you might be wondering why it feels this way, what it means for your brain, and how you can adjust. 3. The way we work out. For gym rats, dumbbell shortages and lengthy waits for delivery of Peloton bikes and treadmills became symbols of just how dramatically COVID-19 altered workout culture. City and statewide lockdown shattered fitness center chains and boutique spin, bar, and yoga studios. In some places, even outdoor exercise was restricted. Like nearly all other aspects of pandemic-era life, exercise too was suddenly an at-home activity, and amateur athletes scrambled to turn a basement or garage or a corner of studio apartment into a personal workout space. 2. A change of appetite. As the virus swept the globe last spring, one of the more remarkable trends was manifest in how much of the world reacted roughly the same way when it came to food. From Colombia to Bulgaria, restaurants and hotels closed, taking high-priced specialties with them, and many people stockpiled beans and other staples. People who had previously relied on takeout and restaurants started cooking at home almost exclusively and loading up on affordable comfort foods that provide sustenance and familiarity alike, according to reports from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Foreign Agricultural Service. 1. TikTok's big moment. TikTok was both a hero and a beneficiary of the pandemic, providing hundreds of millions of people worldwide with much-needed connection and entertainment during lockdowns, while gaining immensely in users and revenue. In 2020 alone, the app reached an estimated 181 million users, making it the most downloaded app of the year, hitting its peak during Q1 when the pandemic's first lockdown spread across the globe. The most popular videos on TikTok last year ranged in topic from a parody of your worst work-from-home colleague to the type of positive, calming vibes sorely missing during the pandemic to the endlessly catchy yet utterly inexplicable. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more interesting videos. Have a nice day!